Good morning, or good day, good evening, wherever you are. I'm so glad you popped in on me because I just sat down and I'm ready to do Vedic Tarot cards. I'm shuffling. We shuffle and then we pull 6 cards off the top and we see what they have to say to us today. I hope you're doing great. You look great. Good for you. First card, 8 of Shields. That's the person 1 card. That's who you are in this reading. Ooh, and another 8, the 8 of Swords. Wow, that's unusual. The Hermit, Major Arcana. Hold on. The Queen of Shields. She is my favorite queen. Of course, I have a different favorite card every day, but this queen is really exceptional, and you'll find out why in a few minutes. Another 8, the 8 of Wands. Wow, your reading has a lot of 8 energy. And we're ending it. The outcome is the 9 of Wands. So, I'm very intrigued about this. So, Shields, the 8 of Shields. Shields represent, well, the material world. In the Vedic deck, shields are used instead of pentacles. So they're sort of like sisters to each other, similar but not the same. And shields also have, of course, an element of protection for them towards the soul. So the 8 of Shields, this really like muscular guy doing some sort of construction, looks like. Mastery of skills. Trial and error builds confidence. Leave a legacy from what you're creating. So you're a master at what your craft is. And you are being encouraged and to be thoughtful about the legacy that you're going to leave. Isn't that neat? First card, first person card, that's you, and that's your advice. I think it's really good advice. All right, so that was the 8 of Shields. Now we're going to look at the 8 of Swords. And swords I like very much because, of course, they are, a weapon to help us be protected again. With the protection theme, but they're also representative of our mental energy, intense mental activity, and also the sword energy helps us express ourselves eloquently and concisely. And sometimes I'm good at that, and sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I feel like the swords abandon me a little bit, but in any case, the 8 of Swords. Remembrance of the soul should be constant, and it represents strength and fragility. So being fragile but strong. And I think it takes a strong person to allow themselves to be fragile. And I'm going to insert the word vulnerable to equate to fragile. And I think there's a lot of power. I think there's a lot of personal power when people can allow themselves to be vulnerable. Just my 2 cents. So that's our second 8 card. The next card is the Hermit. 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 Where are you, Hermit? Hermit is more than what meets the eye. I want to get the description. Hermit, yes, the power to withdraw. I knew that, and I didn't feel confident enough to speak it without double checking. And so that's something I have to work on, I think, as I move forward with the cards. But this is, the Hermit is the power to withdraw and become invisible. I mean, ultimately, he can become invisible if he withdraws far enough. And I don't think it's necessarily a physical, invisibility, but more of like a line you draw for yourself mentally. Like, I am withdrawing from my family right now, or I'm withdrawing from my school, or I'm withdrawing from, like that. Like, there's some strength in that that I can pick up on right now. So, Hermit, the Queen of Shields. Oh my gosh, my favorite queen. And I love sharing her because she's extraordinary. The Queen of Shields. She is protector of the earth, and she is an unstoppable warrior. Unstoppable warrior. And she's the queen. I love that. I love that she's the queen. And she's also a warrior. And she's got that big old shield right in front of her. And she's ready for action. And some of the queens are more like nurturing, but this one here is unstoppable with her warrior energy. And I just think she's groovy. All right, we're going to go to the Eight of Wands. Now, wands are also one of those symbols that embraces polarity. A wand, it can be a weapon of fire and air, but a wand can also represent healing. And this is the Eight of Wands. I don't think I've gotten the Eight of Wands before. We'll see. What's it say? Time to make haste. Ooh. Travel with purpose like arrows, fueled by accuracy and precision. Wow. This one I've never read before. Finish your work with enthusiasm and momentum. So, the Eight of Wands. All the wands are in the air, being, shot all at the same time, and there are little hearts around the wands. Let me read that again. It says, time to make haste. It is extremely unusual to have spiritual advice tell us to make haste or accelerate our pace, or stuff like that. Usually all the advice is very much like slow down, be patient, but this one says right off the bat, time to make haste. So wherever you are in your soul's journey, you're ready for the next thing, whether you think so or not. Travel with purpose like arrows, fueled by accuracy and precision. Finish your work with enthusiasm and momentum. So it's time to finish up what you've been working on, and it's time to move to the next thing. That's so neat. Eight of Wands. Okay, and then that card that says time to make haste was the Eight of Wands. And now it leads right into what the outcome is, which is the Nine of Wands. Kali's inner strength. That's what this represents. There she is. She's in a field of wands with an owl on her shoulder. I just want to... okay. She nurtures and devours. Her nature is cold, then warm. Accurate decision making and a warning to watch your words. Ooh, an outcome has never had a like that kind of I don't want to say warning. It's not really a warning. But Kali is a figure in Indian religion and culture. Kali is very fierce, and she is known for slicing the ego. And she embraces a lot of polarities. She nurtures and devours. Her nature is cold, then warm. So she needs some time to warm up. She has accurate decision making, and the warning is to watch your words. Now, that kind of goes on with make haste, because you need to be mindful when you make haste that, you're not careless as you're making haste. Wow, this is an interesting reading. Really different. Next, I'm going to pull a shadow card. I only pull one shadow card because the shadow issues, I think, give us fodder for thought. Just one at a time is all you need. So, the shadow card, having hope. Oh, that doesn't feel shadowy at all. Navigate your shadows with compassion and gentleness. That's wonderful advice. Yes, we need to give ourselves permission and treat ourselves just as well as we would treat people we love. And I think that is like a nugget that everybody needs to hear once in a while. It's okay to be in a tough place. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to need help. All those things are okay. And have compassion for yourself, because you're doing the best you can. I'm willing to bet on it. Now we have the animal card. Oh, it's happiness. Oh my God, and it's an otter. Otters are like one of my all-time favorite animals in the entire world. Be the master of playful living. I love this one. Release expectations and enjoy every day. Let worry go and instead choose love. Surrender to the waves. Your good destiny of love is sure. Oh, that's so fantastic. And now one grounding card. The shadow and spirit animal cards were very nice today. The grounding card is challenge. Yes, challenge. Wow, this is a very unusual reading. All true soul connections involve challenges that can be overcome together. Hear, hear. That's why we're all here, is to help each other, I think. Anyway, this was a really refreshing time. So thank you so much for being here, and I'm going to be here very soon again.